The great news is when you buy a Kamado Joe, you're ready to cook. All you need is some charcoal, something to light that charcoal, and a hunk of meat you can put on there to cook. But, you know, as time goes by, there's things that keep popping up, accessories. Do you need this? Do you need that? Well, I'm going to let you know today what my very first accessories for my Kamado Joe 2 Classic are. Well, I'm not going to keep you guessing. I'm going to show you now my number one accessory for my Kamado Joe Classic. For me, the number one accessory was the Kamado Joe cover. Now this is again for the Classic. It'll fit the Classic 1, Classic 2, and the Classic 3. And it's a great cover. It's heavy duty. It comes with a nice handle at the top. It's shaped to fit right over your control center here. And down at the bottom, it covers all the way to the wheels. If you watch my other videos, you know that I purchased my Kamado Joe off of Amazon, and that's where I got this cover as well. They do have a deal out there where you can get your Kamado and your cover as a package. I'm not sure if you save any money, but if you don't have a dry area for your Kamado Joe, you'll certainly want to get one of these covers. I have to keep mine on the pool deck here. It gets partial cover from the eave of the house, but just not enough to keep the moisture off of it. And I would like to keep my Kamado Joe cooking for years and years to come. So I've got the cover. It's excellent. It keeps it protected, and it's real easy taking it off and putting it on. Just set it aside until you're finished with your cook and your Kamado Joe is cooled down. Put it back on, and it's going to be covered and protected until your next cook. I highly recommend this. And for number two, here's a little hint right here. It's the Kamado Joe charcoal basket. Now this thing is really a work of art. I'm going to give you some close-up views of it here in just a moment, but why did I opt to go with this as my number two accessory? The reasons is three reasons. One of them is when you put your charcoal in, you can bank it to one side. It has a divider there where you can put all your charcoal to one side or the other, and I really like that for indirect cooking. The other reason is cleanup. When you're ready to clean out your grills between cooks, all you have to do is pull up the basket, shake it some, get your old ashes to go down, add you some additional charcoal in the basket, and you're good to go. And finally, the third reason, and probably one of the biggest reasons, is that your airflow increases with this charcoal basket. And the reason being is you take that cast iron grate out of the bottom, put your basket in, it's going to open up that airflow tremendously in there and give you a lot of control over your heat. So that's really what I like about it, are those three options right there. So let's take a look at the basket right now up close. Well, first off, this thing comes in at several pounds. I don't know how heavy it is, but it is heavy. It's built like a tank. Here's what I was talking about, to divide your basket so that you can put your charcoal on one side and do some indirect cooking over on the other side. Now you can remove that if you want a full basket load. This is real stainless steel here. I don't think you've got any chrome plated Rust-Oleum type stuff that you're going to find on your typical Weber or something. It's going to last a long, long time. The bottom here is very impressive. That's looking like about 3/8 inch steel tubes across the bottom, and it is, like I said, it's pretty darn solid. It fits right in the bottom. You can hook your divide and conquer right into these hooks here, and I think it's just a real good way to get started off with your Kamado Joe cooking experience, is to get one of these right away. And by the way, this basket fits the Classic. Of course, there's other things you're going to need in order to get barbecuing, but they're really not accessories. I think if you've been barbecuing or smoking on something else, you already have these. But I keep a basket with all my little things in it, such as some heat protective gloves. Of course, you're going to need some sort of fire starters, and I've got here the Kamado Joe fire starters, and I'm going to do a review on these versus propane versus the little tumbleweeds that you can buy. so you get an idea of the differences between them. But for a LP or propane startup, you'll need a little torch, something like this here. And something that I just purchased, I'm gonna try it out today, and that's one of these touch point thermometers. And I think it's really essential to have one of these to get some really real-time temperature checks. I'm gonna be doing ribeye steaks in about a half hour. I'm gonna try this out. Now I'll let you know later on how it works out. Well, that's it for now on the Kamado Joe First Accessories. So if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Maybe leave a small comment down below and subscribe. Always hit that subscribe button if you could. That really helps me. And until next time, I'll see you either in the kitchen, on the road, or out here with a Kamado Joe.